to the Innovators Den. I'm your host, Danny Silverio, at formerly known as hashtag on Instagram. Follow us on the Innovators Den in Instagram. I'm over here with Steve Old Business.
Steve O Business right here with the hottest right now in the streets, Marc Andre. Nah, for real, Marc is a creative genius. We connected like at a like a pop up art show, and he was like painting live, and I was like inspired right there. We got Casey here. Got an album dropping soon, so we're gonna connect the dots and we're gonna circle back. So what's up, Andre? What's up?
Shit, what's good, my brother? you know,
What's happening?
we're here, man. We're here, by grace of God, we're here, man.
Talk to us about Undocumented, the album coming out.
Well, on the undocumented drop last month, February. You did so far like 15K of Spotify. Can't complain. In the month in,
That's awesome.
like organically. I push it every day as much as I can, but like people really tap in. Entirely produced by me, so and recorded by me and Ren. So it was just really a personal project, really about how I feel. Like moment of my life, I feel like it's important to really remind people, like I'm also a human like everybody else.
Right.
So down to earth album.
Right. Yeah, that's the cool. Everybody got to go back to down to earth. Even when creating, you want to show your point of view, right?
You'll
Yeah,
feel
You gotta
grounded.
put yourself when you're creating. You gotta get back to earth, like and that's cool. So what's up with the art exhibition, man? You've been painting, man. You've been painting. I've been seeing it.
Nah, but like it's cool so far. I can complain. Painting and the art, like it's been great. It's like as far as it goes, I had like exhibition. My first exhibition in 2021. From there, I was included in different art fair. Ones in the Hamptons, till I worked my way up to have a show in Chelsea. Yeah,
Wow, that's dope,
yeah, last
Chelsea.
December, and it was a great opening. It was more like 200 people probably showed up,
Wow,
and it was really like
it was an
incredible.
experience, right?
Yeah, it was an experience. So have it like in Chelsea, like other painters want to have their show like in Chelsea. Like that's like the moment that
Yeah,
you
like
know that
You
like
feel like you
you
made
en-
it.
you entering the league now. Like
Yeah.
it's like the drive there is passing. Like you
hmm
about to put that jersey on. It's that time.
that's fine
So
art,
What's up?
yeah, so having that, even to me able to sell at least paintings out of that environment for somebody that just started off 2 years of painting, it's incredible. I'm like
Right.
that from that, like I see the fruit of the labor, but it's not done. The work is never done.
No, no,
So it's
that's
always
dope.
about pushing the culture to a point and having fun with it. Because I'm not also looking for just the money. It's good recognition, but it's more
Right.
about like my art is for the people. So it's really knowing that like something timeless, and you can always gonna see it times and times and times forever.
Right,
But
right.
like, what brought you to the art? You said you started like 2 years ago. Like, what brought you to that?
It
To
was
like,
I had a friend. I had people actually out that was really in my life involved in art in some different way. I had an ex that was a painter, and she was actually really good. She was supposed to be like something big, but she didn't really manage in her career. It took it
mhm.
really seriously where she needed to be. But that was an influence itself. You have like had a friend that was actually like this actually a painter is represented by like the top one of the top gallerists in the world.
Wow.
And I was chilling with him every day like during pandemic. And he was the thing is he was living really simple. Like we were really like sleeping on the floor, like grinding.
hmm
This dude didn't even buy canvases. He was like taking down like panels of the like
The
the
street.
boards of the streets and like
Wow.
grab him on the train and like we to carry him. But he would sell them for $10,000, 15 in front of my eyes. Went to Cali off his painting money. I met his collector, the one that
hmm
actually helped him get out there. And
Right.
then when I went to the house, because I didn't know like how the hardware operate, that's when I knew it's like okay, they have a residency, an art residency. That's how it works. So there was all the painters that we met there that was just living there. We got cool, but the house was filled with art everywhere. So I was just like, wow. When I got back to New York, I was like, he was pushing me too. He was always telling me like, yo, you should paint, you should paint, you should draw. But I guess he see me making beats every day and working on my craft and music, and me seeing him painting for hours. We kind of like exchanged route because he wanted to make music after that, and I wanted to make paintings.
hmm
Then everything worked out because he's still making music. Now he's in Paris, but he's still painting. We have a great relationship. But without him, That's how I really got into it.
So how do you?
You from Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I was gonna ask that. Like, you have an accent, so
I'm from Paris, obviously. France represented.
shout out to Paris.
Shout out Paris. But yeah, my mom still lived there. I still have family there. I still have friends there. People like never forgot about me. They know, they know I'm part of them. And especially me doing those things right now. It's like for them, they're looking at it like, okay, what, like he's really doing it. He's really putting on for us. Like,
You're a pioneer. Like you went from Paris and now you're in New York, and like you're like putting your work out in the highest level. You know what I mean? So that's legendary. You know, not for you, but for your family. You know what I mean? So that's awesome.
it's for the world. Really. When I think about like to be great, you have to inspire.
Right.
If
and
you
how do you feel like that? You being from Paris, how does that how is that represented now in hip hop?
that gave me a head start. I feel from a lot of things because I feel at the moment when certain aspects started to pop in culture, certain points that was already known before. For example, I gave you something simple: Stone Island, or even Kappa. Let's put it in Kappa. I didn't even go far with Stone Island. Let's go Kappa. When I was a kid, everybody in Europe was wearing Kappa in the 90s. It wasn't a thing like Kappa was like a huge brand and you could resell it at $200 a full sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Kappa, you could buy a Kappa for 50 bucks, 50 euro, full suit. Now, like passed down, years down, you see Kappa suit costing like 300.
Yeah.
But like that was been out. That's been out. There's something in Europe that's been out. Like you work out, but you're not some special. It's been out. But like the fact like it's out now, like as something like
It's still
the
relevant.
Margiela or something like 300. I'm not paying no 300 for copper, but those type of thing was head start. Like knowing that, okay, that's gonna make me different from whoever is gonna try to put me in a box because I'm not from here. But I don't give a fuck because I do it for the world. I'm not doing it
Yeah.
only just for a specific region, for the world, the whole world to know that like whatever I'm giving, inspire you to get up and do the same thing wherever region you at around the world. And that's it. That's about it.
No, it's just up, man. It's important, like And you were saying that you had an art show coming. When is that art show?
It's in April. So I wanted to do a 420 show, a 420 art show to give back. I'm still deciding on the title, but it's going to come out this week eventually, finalizing a couple of things, but it's going to be in Soho. It's going to be nice.
I heard Pitch Black. Pitch Black featuring Sierra.
Yeah.
Is a really hot record, and the visuals is dope too.
Yeah.
Like, y'all took that time and y'all broke that down, and that was dope.
Shout out Sierra. It's a very dope. I feel like, to be honest, Sierra could be the next big thing in the R&B soul, field, in the scene. I feel she has the talent. Shout out also the people that shot the video. That's a big shout out to them. Those are students, NYU kids. It's my brother Joe Lee. Joe and his classmate made that happen, and of the quickness. So them are really also the real MVPs of that video because they did that. They did that, and of the humble, of the heart, of believing in the vision. Because even at one point, I told him, Joe, like, yeah, I was going through some things. I'm like, I don't know, I'm not gonna do it, whatever. He's like, nah. Your story inspired me. Your hustle inspired me. We have to do this video. Let's do it. Like, it's important you have to tell this story. They pushed me. They're younger than me. They're way younger than me.
Right.
But they pushed me to like know that like nah, like we feel what you're doing. So that was just like the magic of itself, and it doesn't lie. The chemistry doesn't lie. When something click, it just click, and it come out like perfect. Like not even perfect, but it come out the way you want it to come out. Like So
you got African Inferno, right? The team, the company.
yes, sir.
And, we got Casey here about to drop an album. Casey, say what's up.
You already dropped it though.
Yeah,
already dropped
yeah.
it.
Since Paradise is already out.
There you
Yeah,
go.
it dropped on February 14th. It's on all streaming platforms. It's on YouTube. Going up. It's 10 songs. I got some production from Marc, some production from a couple other friends. My guy Nero out in Boston. Shout out to him. Who else? My guy Drew.
What got you into music?
Man, I've always been into music like my entire life, but like I never wanted to be like the rapper. But honestly, like seeing my friends do it, that was like real inspiring for real. Like I was like, damn, that's tough. And like when they were doing it in like 2017, 2018, like Mark's been doing it for much longer, but when I came back around, like my group of friends who like now music is their thing, like I was in like a darker space, so like I needed something to do something like.
Right.
So
And you
like
tapped into your creative side, bro. So
yeah,
that's amazing.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about like stuff that what you got going on, what's coming up, what's happening.
Well,
The
I
art show,
just
right?
yeah, well, yeah, that's
Yeah, I mean, no, there's show that we have two shows. The art show is in paint, so like
yeah, yeah,
they have the rap show coming up though.
yeah.
Rap
I
show.
got there's a show at the Heart Bar in Brooklyn on April 3rd. Yeah, my bro Tsunami, he's on tour right now, and that's gonna be a Brooklyn stop. So
Oh, that's what's
we
up, yo.
popping up
Nice.
for the Brooklyn show. And I just shot a video with my guy Brooke for Fundamentals. That's a single of Sinner's Paradise, dropping soon, like in the next like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going up right now. The preview on Instagram.
How do you guys deal like with like writer's block? Like, you know what I'm saying, like if you're trying to create something and for some reason you're going through that, like
We're not forcing it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we just like if we know it's not happening, it's just like tonight we're just chilling. We're just gonna
yeah,
make some
yeah.
beats.
I used
It's-
to like let writer's block get to me. Like I used to like actually used to like be like a block in front of me. Like, and you shouldn't let that be a thing. Like, you have,
The creative, right?
yeah, like if that's the case, then like that just means you got to go back to like less creating, more living.
gotcha.
that's
To try to balance out
creating,
living.
Exactly.
Like you have to find that balance as
That's
a
because
creator, definitely.
you feel like you're not balanced at that moment.
Yeah.
So it's not coming out naturally.
Yeah, it's like damn, I haven't even.
Yeah.
I ain't do that.
You,
yet.
you've been
I ain't do that in a while.
trying to be in the lab, working
Yeah.
on it. Totally.
Definitely.
So when you painting, you like, it's not working. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna go to chill.
Yeah, like
and
you
I
know,
come
it
right
be
back at
moments.
it.
It be moments like that. Like yo, I don't touch the brushes. You know, I just live life. You know, like if I go party or whatever, I don't touch the brushes. But then it will be a moment that's like, okay, that's a moment of locking in. It is naturally come in. That moment I'm locked in and focused. It stop flowing till it stop flowing. You know, it just stop like then when I know it's like, oh yeah, I'm pushing it right now. The work that I'm feeling right now, I don't feel it's like, wow, you don't take me there. So maybe I just step back and be like, okay, I'm gonna come back to it. But it's really rare that I come back to paintings though. You know, it has to be something really specific. It would take me like a day, probably a day or two to really go through, like, but usually once I paint, gets a couple hours, like a space of like, really couple hours, like, I just focus on myself intensively and yeah, it just comes out, you know.
Yeah. No, we definitely been working. Like I connected with Mark, like the art show that I told you guys. But we followed up. We've been to the studio, and he got some great things happening. And right now, I've been supporting creatives, and this is part of the Innovators Den, right? To connect with creatives that are doing projects to start businesses and collaborate with other platforms, right, and other brands. So you guys, it's been an honor to have you guys in. And the next step is be like where we could follow you guys. Can you tell them?
Yeah, so you could follow me simple at Marcus Shizzle. Just Google me, Marcus Shizzle. I'm
How
the
you
only
spell that?
Marcus Marcus, one S, not two.
There you go.
HIZZLE. You type that name, you find me on my Twitter, you find me on Instagram, find me on Google. I got 5 pages of that name.
Google
you
him,
know,
Marc Andre.
and Spotify, Marc Andre. You tap Marc Andre Undocumented. Voila, you know what I'm saying? But you seen it. Apple Music, you seen it. Same thing, Pitch Black. Go watch that too, featuring Sierra, shout out Joe Lee, and everybody that did that. Yeah,
Legendary forever.
African Inferno, shout out Freddie Water, man. KCSP.
Shout out Freddie Water.
You know?
You know?
Yeah, shout out Freddie. Yeah,
Where
shout out
they can
Freddie
find
Water.
you, Casey?
You can find me on Instagram at kc.opus, OPUS. You could also find me on YouTube, same thing, KC Opus. And
We'll have the links below, everybody. And
Yeah.
don't forget to tap into the Innovators Den. We got formerly known as hashtag. We have
Yep.
Marc Andre, we got Casey, and we got Steve.
Both business over here.
facts.